YouTubers, this is ER&W SW14R coming to you live from the Keystone State. It is officially, let me get my phone, 1:38 a.m. July the 13th. I've been working on a project that I wanted to do for many years now. I started it yesterday. I think it was around, I believe, 6:40. I worked on it on and off all day yesterday, which was the 12th, which was Tuesday, and I finally got it finished. This was a project that I was working on. You guys remember seeing this switcher in a couple videos before. It used to run on an Athearn chassis. I used its chassis to build my RS4B Slug, and right now it's riding on the SW1200 chassis. All the details are custom by me, custom air tanks, custom piping. The spark arresters are also custom. There's a top view of them. Those are definitely custom. I like it. Heavy little switcher. Haven't tested it yet, but I know it runs, so that's a good thing. And then I've been working on my C420, my only C420 I have. I finally got the nose fixed correctly. I got the Southern Pacific style lights in there, so that's fixed. As you can see, I've been doing some sanding to the unit. I'm going to fill those holes in, or better yet, I'm actually going to put two sets of horns there, one facing towards the rear and one facing towards the front. And also, since this is a molded one-piece shell, the hole here where the exhaust stack was actually just plastic in there. So what I did is I took a drill and I drilled out the hole here, and I used my hobby knife to cut out the plastic. So now it looks better. You can actually look right through it, and it looks more realistic as opposed to having a piece of plastic there. You actually can see way down in there. Did some more sanding on it. Haven't ran this unit in a long time because I've been working on it, but she runs. And you guys have probably been waiting for this. Let me get these other little cool things out the way. Put that unit right there. Let's see if I can get you guys to look at this. And you guys are probably wondering, what in the world is this? Well, this is my version of a flanger. That's right. This is a flanger. I took parts from a PRR bay window caboose I have. I know you guys are going to say, why cut up a beautiful PRR caboose? This was a junk one, but as you can see, I'm not gonna get rid of it. I'm actually gonna use it as a transfer caboose once I fill in those holes, so it's not going to waste. But anyway, use the bay window sections for the observation windows. There's one on this side, and there's one on that side, as you can see. Now, let me just turn it around this way for you. And I added the details here on the outside, the stress beams here. I also added the access door so that the crew can actually get up in here. I also added a winterized window for the crew to look out. And here's the cab. And I also added some headlights here, as you guys can see. You're probably wondering, how did I get that plow? Well, that plow came from one of my Oshkosh P-Series trucks. One of the plow trucks that I showed you. You're probably wondering, why take a plow off that truck? Well, the plow is detachable anyway. It's a detachable plow. You know, you can leave it on there or you can just take it off. So, I frankly don't need it. I didn't need it for the truck anymore because that's not what the truck's going to be used for, plowing. It's not going to be used for plowing. So I decided to make a flanger. I was looking at a Southern Pacific type flanger today, a Kit Bash Milwaukee Road, a BN, a New Haven flanger. I looked at all different types of flangers today just to refresh my memory on building this unique car. Let me show you what the underside looks like. I'm actually going to get Katie trucks for this, so don't worry about that. That's what it looks like. I need to do a lot of cleaning up because there's a lot of debris there that, yeah, needs to get removed. So yeah, but that's what it looks like. It's actually 5 cars in one. The cool hidden feature is in there. It used to be a Jordan spreader frame. To connect the 2 split frames, I used that to connect 2 split frames, so I was able to get the plow, and I actually turned it upside down so that the bolsters would be resting on the inside of the floor, and that's where I got the extra height from, so that I was able to get the plow to sit correctly in there. And that's what the plow looks like. And it actually rolls pretty good. I just figured it out. I figured out that since it's so wide, it won't be able to go on my it won't be able to go on the outer main of my main line, but it'll be able to go on the inner track. But it's a great looking car. I mean, it started off as a Evans box car. It was I forget the footage, but I removed I sanded the mess out of it. I heavily sanded the doors, and I faded the paint where where it used to have its name and stuff like that. It's gonna get repainted though, but railroads do kit bash stuff out of freight cars and other pieces of equipment, so why shouldn't mine? So yeah, I did a lot of work on this. It was a long process doing this car. One of the longest cars one of the more tedious projects, I would say, because I had to cut out so many different things. The hard part was cutting these out, and well, not cutting them from the caboose, but cutting the holes in the boxcar. And that window took like an hour to do because I had to keep going back and fixing it because I kept messing it up. That was annoying, but it's got the end platforms here, as you can see. Looks really sweet. I like it. And not to mention, it can also be used as a transfer caboose. It can also be used in that field. Or, since it's a cab car, it can also be used as a cab car because it does have a cab on the end. But this is not the type of cab car to be used in coal train service. Totally different category. It could also be used as a rear end platform for reverse movements. So this car, even though its main job is a flanger, even though that's its main job, it can be used all year round for other jobs. And since the plow is at the correct height, it can run without bumping into stuff. So this particular flanger, excuse me, as I said, I've been working on this for 24 hours straight. Actually, almost well, actually a little bit longer than 24 hours, so that's why I'm yawning like that. But what was I saying? This particular flanger can either be pushed or pulled. That's, if it's being pushed, the crew is in the cab here. Let me just do a little mock-up for you to show you what I mean. And this switcher looks perfect pushing this plow. So, that's how it would look. Or it could be a push-pull mode. Get a little creative with it. I have the SW1200M, I'm going to be calling it. And then have a C420 on the point, pulling. So, that looked pretty cool. I think it would look pretty cool like that. There's an overshot view. I am really tired, y'all. I am so sorry for sounding like I'm sad. I'm not sad at all, but I'm running out of time. So you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you down the line. Peace, y'all.